and welcome to prompt number 58. Here we go. We have 4 desert, forest, mountains, and ocean. Holy cow, that sounds exciting. So let's get into it. So as much as I wanted to use this chance to practice my environments and practice my backgrounds, I just thought it would be best to do something a little more fun and just sort of stretch my creativity. Besides, I did sort of end up working on my backgrounds just a little bit on this one. So the idea that I ended up going with was kind of cliche. In fact, I think all of my sketches were kind of cliche for this one. But it was just something that I haven't done before and I thought I would play around with. And drawing space is something I don't think I've done since around prompt 3 or 4 or 5 or something really early on. So I thought it would be fun to give space another go. So basically my ideas out of all 3 of them were creating Earth out of a creature and having these landscapes on that creature. In the end, I did want to play around with the whale planet sort of things in space because, like I said, it had been a while since I had done space, and I also thought it would be interesting to have each of these environments its own creature instead of having one creature with all of the environments on it. Though I did like the gecko idea with the bunny moon and the gecko being all of these little terrain areas, and the dog was also cute. But in the end, the whales just were more of an interesting idea to me. I think especially the ocean one. Having a whale made out of water and then having other creatures inside of it was something really fun that I just wanted to throw down. This is also the first time in these prompts that I have done an illustration that wasn't a 5x7 or an 8x10. I actually went bigger. I think this is a 11x14. I was kind of excited to put a lot of details into this illustration, and then I think I just kind of got really overwhelmed with the idea. And then also I struggled with the masking fluid again. If you saw my last Friday's video, it was the 2 watercolor challenge. The masking fluid completely destroyed my illustration, and guess what? It happened again. I honestly at this point have no idea about what's going on because I've used masking fluid several times in the past, this exact same bottle. At this point, I'm starting to think that maybe the bottle has somehow expired, even though I feel like it should last a lot longer. I've had it for almost a year, but not quite. But it just kind of seems like this bottle just doesn't want to work anymore. I'm not doing anything differently than I have in the past. I tweeted about it, and trust me, all those suggestions are something that I already did. My paper was dry when I put it on and when I took it off. I roll my finger on it, I use different tools to get it off. I used to think that applying it thin was the best, but I looked it up. Apparently making it thick is better, but you know what? I thought being thick was bad, and that's what I did last time, so obviously that's not what's doing it. So I don't know what's wrong. This is the same paper that I've used in the past, so I don't think it's the paper. I really don't know what's wrong. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and buy a new bottle of masking fluid because I am kind of sick of destroying my illustrations. It makes me very, very sad. I was this close to throwing this illustration into the garbage and then whipping up something very quick and easy because it bummed me out that, I work so hard on these and then they get destroyed. And it's something that isn't in my control, so yeah, I think I'm going to be going out and buying some new masking fluid, and I will report to you guys in the future whenever I use it again on how that turns out. Until then, RIP my 2-color challenge and RIP this prompt. But as usual, I do feel like I pushed through and made the best of the situation, so it could be worse, right? Maybe. While we are at this bit, I did the thing where I did the border with the background, but also had the characters breaking out of the background border. Did that make sense? I really liked the way that it looked on the 2 watercolor challenge, so I really wanted to do it again, and again, I like the way it looks, and I'm happy with it. It was one of those last minute ideas where I didn't plan on doing it until I had inked all of the whales, and then I just thought, well, whale, why not do it? So I did it, and the tape was actually ripping up the paper too, so this illustration just all around was not going for me at all. I have to say, everything was going wrong. And then later on I made the colors too dark on the whales. I really wanted to make the whales pretty light because the space was really dark, so having them lighter would have them stand out a lot better. But then I ended up going really dark on the shadows on the forest whale, and I also put the green in space where the bushes are on the whale, so it was like all this clashing stuff that I didn't really plan out all that well. Whale. Now I can't say well in this voiceover without thinking whales. So now that's ruined. So let's go to a happier note and talk about each whale, shall we? I think by far my favorite whale I thought was going to be the ocean whale, but ended up being the desert whale. I think this might boil down to the fact that it's really small. As you guys probably know, I do like to work smaller, so making myself work bigger was kind of weird for me, but I thought I would put some extra details in there. But in the end, I really like that tiny little desert whale in the background. He's just so cute, his face is so stupid, and he's got little cacti sticking up from his back, so that's pretty cute. I also just really like the texture and the color of it. So good job, desert whale. You might be the smallest, but gosh darn it, I like you the most. The mountain whale is kind of interesting. It's really subtle. I think it's really similar to the forest whale because of the color, but I did want to keep it simple. It is just a whale with some mountains on the back of it. And it's kind of cool. He's very plain, but the mountains turned out kind of cool, I think. So good job, mountain whale. You're probably my least favorite, but you're not horrible, right? Then we've got ocean whale, which, as I said, thought was going to be my favorite because I really like the idea of it. But then in the end, it's kind of I'm not the best at painting water effects, so it kind of looks a little weird, but I do kind of have fun with painting water effects. I also just really like the octopus swimming inside of it. It's like, can I get out of here? And then I had that whale crying because I thought, well, it's made out of water, so there are going to be water droplets coming off of it. Maybe, probably. So why not make it crying? Because it's a funny face, and I think it's cute. And then we have the forest whale, who is a giant rock with grass on it and trees and stuff. And I had the little added detail of putting a sword in a tree chunk. I thought that would be cool. And it really, really made me think about these whales and what they are doing. My first thought was that these would be planets in the space that we know it. So people would live on these whales, and I don't know how that would work with the ocean whale, but maybe people go to there to fish. I don't know. So if I want to think about them not in a realistic way, because let's be honest, they aren't realistic, it reminds me of a video game. It reminds me of, well, the first idea I think of is Bomberman, where you have the different planets that are shaped like Bomberman's head. Well, I guess there's only one. But basically these whales remind me of levels in a video game. So usually it's really common for video games to have elemental, I guess, areas or worlds. So these whales are elemental. They're the desert, ocean, mountains, and forests. So I look at these and I think these could be a level in a video game. You have the ocean world where you're going to go explore the ocean and collect your little bits, and then you're going to go to the desert and you're going to collect your bits there, and then there's the mountains. And then the forest where you find your sword of destiny. I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but that's what they remind me of, and I thought it was really interesting. So what do you guys think? Which of these whales is your favorite? And I'm excited to see what you guys do with this week's prompt, because do you suck at backgrounds? Because this could be a good opportunity for you to practice those. So good luck, have fun. Which whale is your favorite? And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. As usual, I had a lot of fun looking at you guys' #Kasey the prompt entries, especially because this week there was a variety of subjects. Usually there's a very similar theme combining them because, well, usually you have to draw a certain animal or object or something, but with this one you guys had total and complete freedom, and I had a lot of fun looking at all of these different book characters. So once again, thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys keep joining. I have so much fun looking at your entries. I will probably be checking out some of these books as well because I do like to listen to things while I draw, so audiobooks might be something that I will be looking into now. So yeah, I hope you guys continue to join in on these prompts, push yourself to draw something you don't normally draw, and have fun with this week's prompt. Draw some backgrounds. I want to see you guys push yourself this week. Alright, thanks again, and goodbye again.